fucking loser.
You live in your mom's basement.
You probably have a 2-inch cock.
You sound like a white guy.
Congratulations.
For what?
You said you got a girlfriend.
You're probably a virgin.
So that's a no for Netflix and chill?
Fuck you.
So I'm curious. Tell me about your show. What do you talk about?
I talk about how women ain't shit.
Oh.
What's up, guys? It's your man Donovan Sharpe, and welcome to the 324th edition of TSR Primetime, your nightly dose of red pill truth, wisdom, and awareness. Let's get right to it. We've all had bosses who had no business being in charge of anything or anybody, much less a team of employees at their jobs. Maybe they're always late. Maybe they just don't have good work ethic. Maybe they have no idea what they're doing. Maybe they got the job because the owner owed a favor to somebody, or maybe she's a woman. For whatever reason, they're terrible at their jobs. This is an immutable truth for a lot of bosses. Well, there's one common denominator I have noticed that most bad bosses have, and that is the inability to perform the tasks that are assigned to their subordinates. In other words, their employees know more than they do. They have no idea how to do the jobs of the people that they are supervising. Now, the main reason this happens is because companies engage in a practice known as hiring off the street. That's slang, which means hiring a supervisor who is not already employed with the company instead of hiring from within. Now, there is one distinct advantage to doing this, hiring off the street, and that is when you hire an outsider who has not worked for the company for the last 5-10 years, you're not concerned with the relationships as they form with other employees over the years. You see, when you promote from within, you run the risk of a new supervisor or a team lead not being quite as effective because his friends are now his subordinates. He is now in charge of them. And 9 times out of 10, the friendships don't change. And because of that, maybe the new boss isn't quite as forthcoming about expectations. Maybe the new boss isn't as quick to reprimand bad job performance. So I can certainly understand a company wanting to avoid alliances between team members and team leaders. However, a huge drawback to hiring an outsider to a leadership position is that they have no idea how to do the job of their team members. Okay, their subordinates. I've worked for supervisors at warehouses that had absolutely zero clue how to operate a forklift. Never been on one in their lives. Ever. I've also had sales supervisors who were absolutely shitty salespeople who had little to no experiences actually being in the trenches and had no idea how to handle a high-pressure, fast-paced, boiler room type sales environment. Now, some guys might think, okay, Donovan, I get that it can be annoying to have a supervisor who doesn't know shit, but that really seems to be the norm. So why is this a huge problem? We know that bosses are assholes, but what else is new? Tell us something we don't already know. I'll tell you why. That warehouse supervisor who has no idea how to operate a forklift, a reach truck, cherry picker, or clamps, he expects you to pull 250 cases an hour. The company averages 86, but he came in wanting to increase production and start a new regime to impress his bosses. So what does he do? He sets unrealistic expectations, not knowing that kind of production is physically impossible. And if he had any experience actually doing the job, he would know that. That team lead in the sales department who couldn't sell an AC unit in Arizona, he wants your closing percentage at 40% because he doesn't realize that customers, they have the internet too. This gives them much more information, making them far less susceptible to the cheesy closing techniques that he read in the salesman handbook the day after he got hired. Supervisors that are inept always have unrealistic expectations for their employees, and it's simply because they have no idea how to do the job. But more importantly, they don't know how to facilitate or contribute to the success of their employees. They just say, here, do this. I'll be in my office waiting for the results. Gentlemen, we know that women have unrealistic expectations. We talk about them all the time. Girls want a guy with chiseled abs, wants a guy with a square jaw, 5 o'clock shadow. Girls want men who stand over 6 feet tall, make 6 figures, and has a 6-foot dick. They feel they're entitled to these high-value men simply because they're women. Now, if they were young, beautiful, and virginal, who had domestic skills and wanted to start a family rather than riding the cock carousel, yeah, then she would be entitled to men like this. But we know those women don't exist. Well, guess what, guys? The pendulum swings both ways on this one. We've got guys who bitch and moan about how bitches ain't shit. Women lie. Girls are sluts. Girls are bitches. Women can't cook. Girls aren't wife material anymore, and on and on and on. And the vast majority of men who complain the loudest ain't shit themselves. All of them are overweight, or a lot of them rather, they're overweight, or they're lazy, or they have no drive, no goals. They're just kind of aimlessly floating through life without any motivation or direction. But they want the hot, young, virginal girl. Oh yeah, well guess what, Donovan? I'm not overweight. I have a job and a car and I don't live with my parents. Newsflash. Skinny fat is just as bad as being fat. And your $15 an hour data entry job barely made you enough to save up for that junk bucket that's in the shop every other week. And by the way, living with 3 loser roommates is worse than living with your parents. So don't give me that I'm not a total loser bullshit, because that doesn't entitle you to anything either. I'm not trying to hear that. But men who have their shit together, men who bust their asses at the gym every day, men who have goals, men who have their financial house in order or are working toward that, men who wake up trying to think of more ways to dominate life, those are the men who deserve the best women out there. What these 5%ers also have in common is that red pill relationships in 2018 are not the way they were 50, 60 years ago. You see, wannabe red pill guys say shit like, she better come home, make my dinner, clean the house, suck my dick, make me a sandwich, fuck me the shut the fuck up and do it again tomorrow. Guys like us, 5%ers, we have high standards and we demand our woman's best at all times. We require our women to be fit. We require them to be feminine, obedient, loyal, and transparent, among other things. And if she doesn't uphold her end of the bargain, she's out the door. Simple Simon, right? But we also understand that we too have to uphold our end of the bargain. And I'm not just talking about having our shit together. That's a given. Well, listen, we already know that's expected from us as far as our women are concerned. High value women get with us, beautiful, fit, etc. women, they get with us because we have our shit together. That's just the way it is. That's never going to change. What I'm talking about is facilitating your woman's success as your girl. A lot of men out there wonder why their wives and girlfriends aren't fucking them as much as they used to, or as much as they want them to. They're wondering why she's not making as much of an effort to look good for him these days. They're confused as to why they get reluctant starfish duty sex every other week when he bitches and complains about it. Well, the reason is that they are simply not upholding the male end of the bargain. We can bitch and moan about what women don't do, but as men, we're the leaders. You are in charge of your woman. You are responsible for her safety. You are responsible for her mental and physical well-being. And most of all, you are responsible for the cultivation and subsequently the preservation of her femininity. Red pill aware or not, guys, a lot of men are like those supervisors who got hired off the street and have zero clue what's necessary to bring the best out of their women. They think they got to come in and crack the whip, right? They're outsiders. They don't really know what makes a woman tick and what motivates her to be the best woman she can be. He thinks all he has to do is come barreling in with this red pill alpha mindset and she'll just fall in line. And gentlemen, it's never that simple. Men are lazy, and that's why they're not doing what it takes to uphold their end of the bargain, and that's what we're going to discuss tonight. My opening rant is brought to you by Happy Hippo Herbals, home of the highest quality kratom on the planet. I'm actually almost completely out of kratom. I got to hit my man Chris Diotis. He's got to send me another shipment. Happy Hippo kratom will give you an energy boost, laser focus, and increase your productivity, all without caffeine. Go to happyhippoherbals.com now and save 25% when you pay with Bitcoin. That includes your shipping, and I think it might actually, give me a second, because I know Chris sometimes likes to give 30% off. Don't quote me on that. Don't quote me on that. But I know that when the fall comes, I know that when the fall hits, he, okay, my mistake. If you pay with Bitcoin, it is 20% off. So my mistake. That's a typo there. God, he must have changed that. He must have changed that quick. So happyhippoherbals.com, you get 20% off when you pay with Bitcoin. My bad, Chris. My bad. Hopefully he's listening. Here's the my bad, the disclaimer. You know how Chris goes. Chris is a solid businessman. He really is.
One thing I could definitely say about the one-on-one testimonials with Donovan is that he gives clear-cut, pragmatic advice.
I came to him about 6 to 8 months ago, and at the time, my wife and I were having a lot of trouble.
If you have a question about women, relationships, sex, finances, game,
A massive blessing for my relationship and my life.
Donovan answers questions, listens, and gives solid advice.
You know, some of the top things that he teaches are what got my marriage back on track. Very grateful to him.
I can definitely say 100% Donovan's the real deal. Give Donovan a call.
Gentlemen, if you are looking for a mentor to help you during your red pill transformation, or if you need guidance to help you navigate a situation, or if you're looking for unfiltered sound advice on dating, relationships, sex, go to donovansharpe.com/consult and fill out the questionnaire. This month, I am giving my listeners 25% off of my normal rate. You don't need a promo code. Simply take 25% off of what you see on donovansharpe.com/consults. That's with an S on the end. When you fill out the questionnaire, guys, make sure you give details, stories, examples. If you want me to give you solid, actionable advice, then I need as much information as humanly possible. Don't be afraid to write me a novel, guys. Makes my job much easier and gets you your money's worth. donovansharpe.com/consults. Book yours today. It is Tuesday, September 4th, 2018. Good to have you guys in tonight. Of course, the one thing dominating the news cycle is Colin Kaepernick and Nike. Today we learned that Colin Kaepernick is going to be the face of Nike's new 30th anniversary of their Let's Do It Just Do It campaign. This of course is going to highlight his, his anthem protests. And of course, predictably, people are losing their minds on both sides. You got black people wanting to buy stock in Nike now. They're going to wear Nike for life, getting Nike tattoos. Then you got white people burning Nikes or cutting the logo off. Guys, listen, on both sides, get the fuck over it, man. Honestly, man, these protests, this national anthem bullshit, it's ridiculous. But it ain't that goddamn serious, man. Because at the end of the day, the NFL is going to do what the fuck it wants to do. That's what it comes down to. And it's interesting, like the message almost got lost in this. Colin Kaepernick made it very clear that he was not, he was kneeling for the national anthem to bring awareness to, police brutality, unarmed black men being shot by white cops. Listen, man, like I don't know who his girlfriend or wife is. I'm not really sure what, I know that she's in his ear. I know she's influencing him, but, this to me, this has just gotten completely out of control. And what this also shows us is Nike is now going to profit off of black male death, right? Not that Phil Knight saw. I mean, listen, we can sit here and say, well, Phil Knight is doing this for a noble cause. Yes, listen, Phil Knight, who is the CEO and founder of Nike, maybe he is, but that doesn't mean he's not mad about the money either, right? Listen, man, this is a free market. You can do whatever it is you want to do. I don't care. However you want to make money, that's cool, so long as it's legal. But Colin Kaepernick is now being pimped out, right? Now Colin Kaepernick, he's going to make money off of this. He's making money off of this protest. And, a lot of people think it's, a little bit of poetic justice. He's never going to play in the NFL again. So I guess Nike kind of came in and kind of saved the day on that. But listen, this doesn't stir my emotions up one way or the other. I'm not pissed off. I'm not elated. The whole national anthem protest, it's just getting old. It's getting old. I'm over it. I'm done with it. I'm ready for some football. And interesting enough, this whole slogan is believe in something even if it means sacrificing everything. Colin Kaepernick hasn't sacrificed everything. Okay? And listen, Kaepernick had no idea that this would cost him his career. He had no idea. It's not like when he took a knee, he decided, you know what, this is going to cost me my NFL career, but you know what? I believe in what I stand for or what I'm kneeling for. Right? At the end of the day, here's the thing now. Nike is about to realize that the minority is not the majority. Okay? Social justice warriors, the people on the left, they are the loudest. But they don't outnumber non-social justice warriors. And we learned that on November 8th, 2016, when Donald Trump pulled off what was quite possibly the greatest upset in political history in defeating Hillary Clinton. Now Nike is profiting off of this cause. Okay, listen, I got a pair of Nikes. I'm not going to burn my Nikes. I'm not going to run out and buy a bunch of Nikes either. My choices as a consumer don't reflect my political beliefs. Never have, never will. That's just all there is to it. Le'Veon Bell still hasn't reported to the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers play this Sunday, and if he does not show up tomorrow, I think he's losing like $51,000 for every day that he misses. Marquise Pouncey, the Pittsburgh Steelers Pro Bowl center, says that he pretty much guaranteed that Le'Veon would be there. I remember Chad Johnson was in a contract dispute with the Cincinnati Bengals a while back, and he held out all the way, I think, until Tuesday, until the Wednesday he had to be at camp. And, of course, he showed up, right? And so they said, Chad, like, you're in this contract dispute. You want more money. You said you're going to hold out. Why are you here? Chad Johnson said, listen, I'm crazy. I ain't stupid. And I think that's probably what Le'Veon Bell is looking at here. Listen, Adam Schefter has been on record saying, listen, if I were Le'Veon Bell, I would sit. Listen, I can't say I wouldn't do the same. Listen, Le'Veon Bell is clearly the best running back in the NFL. But listen, and the thing is both sides are right. If I'm the Pittsburgh Steelers, I'm not paying Le'Veon Bell because running backs are not a commodity, right? Listen, the Dallas Cowboys had the same situation with DeMarco Murray. DeMarco Murray was clearly the best running back in the NFL in 2014. He wanted a bigger paycheck. The Cowboys said, no, listen, we love you, but you're a running back. Running backs literally grow on trees in college football, right? Like they literally grow on trees. Like they can replace you just like that. So listen, Dallas didn't blink. They let DeMarco Murray go. Then of course he came here to Philly, had a terrible season because Chip Kelly did not really know how to utilize him. Then he went off to Tennessee, and now a year and a half later, he's now retired. That's just how it works. That's how it works. Also, I had the first pick in our draft, and I had a choice between Le'Veon Bell and Todd Gurley. I would have picked Bell. If Bell had been in camp, I'd have picked him. But Gurley is in camp. He's in shape. He's motivated. He wants to live up to that new contract. So yeah, listen, Le'Veon Bell is definitely, he's going to report. He's going to sign his franchise. He's going to sign his franchise tender. And next year he's going to be a free agent on the open market. He's going to command a lot of money. He's seeing all these guys getting paid. Oh my God, listen, Khalil Mack got $141 million from the Chicago Bears, 90 of that guaranteed. Aaron Donald got 135 from the Rams, 87 of that guaranteed. Aaron Rodgers got 170 some odd million from the Packers, 103 million guaranteed. So there's money being thrown around. Unfortunately for Le'Veon, his position is not really one of leverage. It really isn't. Listen, the three position areas that you really need to pay big money for is quarterback, offensive lineman, and defensive lineman, right? As long as you have a good quarterback, people to protect the quarterback, and then put pressure on their quarterback, that's where you spend the money. The further you get away from the football, the less money you are required to spend. So I got an article today sent to me by Kevin Ibanez, and shout out to Kevin Ibanez in DC. I actually met up with him in DC this past winter, and he sent me an article about a man who won a 5-year battle to get his ex-fiance's $40,000 engagement ring. Now, listen, we can all sit here and bitch and we can bitch. Oh, I can't believe this crazy bitch. But it's funny when you read these things and look at these things through a red pill type lens. And area code 754, I see in the queue. I'm going to get to you in just a second. But listen to this. This is interesting. Ripley of Wisconsin, okay, that's the guy, proposed to Rutten in New York because she was working and living here at the time. But the couple split less than a year later without getting hitched, and Ripley asked for the ring. I was dealing with the aftermath of Hurricane Sandy, and he started harassing me, said Rutten of her ex's requests for the ring. So he spent $40,000 on an engagement ring. You guys break up, likely because you probably cheated. And because he asked for his ring back, now he's harassed. It's so funny how girls use hyperbole when describing things. I talk about this all the time. Women are never reasonable. Chase LeBeau, Matt Ryan got 100. Yeah, he got 100 million guarantee. Yeah, I forgot about that. Girls are never reasonable when they talk about their ex-boyfriends. It's always the worst. If her ex-boyfriend got drunk one time, he's a raging alcoholic. If she watched her ex-boyfriend do a line of cocaine, oh my God, he got strung out on drugs. It's always something. Anyway, Ripley sued her in Manhattan Supreme Court. And Rutten's attorneys tried many times, many maneuvers to keep stunning the sparkler. Her lawyer, William Costigan, argued that the ring was worth less than $13,000, far below the $25,000 court threshold, according to Manhattan Papers. Anyway, He showed the receipt, showed that it paid $40,000, and said Rutan also tried to cling to the bling by arguing that she split town in 2013, returning to Milwaukee, where the couple had originally met, and consequently Manhattan didn't have jurisdiction. This bitch tried everything she could to hold on to this ring. This just proves to you guys, women ain't shit. This dude spent 40 large on a ring, right? And for whatever reason they broke up, it's probably her fault, because it's always the woman's fault. But, like, and it's so funny, they always say we have this epidemic in this country where guys propose to girls, they spend all this money on the ring, for whatever reason things don't work out, and they think it's unreasonable for the guy to want the ring back. Like, I'm giving you this ring. Like, your possession of this ring is contingent upon our union and holy matrimony. Okay, you don't want to get married? Okay, can I get the ring back? Stop harassing me! This is the way women are. This is the way women are. So shout out to Kevin Ibanez for that particular article. These whole engagement ring stories are always really fucking funny. And finally, the new Bachelor has been announced, and the new Bachelor is Colton. Yes, gentlemen. That Colton. Virginal Colton. I'm watching Bachelor in Paradise with Devin last night, and Colton and TF finally broke up for good. He's crying all over the place. He's the consummate beta male. The interesting thing is you would think that, and see, here's the thing. Colton is according to what women say, he is every man's dream. Tall, good looking. He's buff, right? He's not listen, he's a virgin. Right, we have women it's so funny, this chick Vera Stardust on Twitter put out a poll that says, is it unattractive for people to have sex with a lot of people? Bitch, no. Don't even try that. She tried to group in men with women so that she could get the same benefits. No, women are not attracted to men who are virginal. They're just not. So Colton is good looking. He's obviously a strong guy. He's a sweet guy. He wears his emotions on his sleeves because he's crying all the time. Guess what? There's pushback. Hashtag not my bachelor. Bitches don't want Colton to be the bachelor. No fucking shit. Women are steady telling us that they want a man just like Colton. And the minute he becomes the bachelor, now they want to push back. I swear, bitches are so, dude, they're so transparent, man. Like, the red pill is so accurately and thoroughly broken women down. It's ridiculous. Of course they don't like Colton, because what women say and what women do and what women want are two very different things. So Colton is the new bachelor. I will certainly be tuning that. I'll certainly be tuning in, and I'll be doing my weekly bachelor breakdowns on that. 914-205-5356 is the number to call if you want to get in on the show. Area code 754. You're on live with Donovan. Go ahead.
Donovan, hello.
Hey, what's up, brother?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Hey, man, I love your show, man. Yeah, it is awesome. You're keeping it real. You're helping me a lot. I just want to give a shout out right there and let you know right off the rip, man. It's awesome. You're helping a lot of people, including myself.
Good.
Now, here's my question. You're talking about guys having their shit together, and I'm one of those guys. Okay, I just recently broke out into the dating field. And I ended I was in a 3-year relationship. Okay. And I got my shit together. I've got multiple properties. I've got my own business. I've got fuck you money.
Good.
So I'm like having this difficulty getting dates. Like, it's like these girls want to date these guys that are losers, and I don't know what I'm doing wrong. And that's the reason why maybe you could kind of give me some advice of your game and how you're doing it, because I definitely got my stuff together, and I'm just like, but at the same time, I'm not a weak man,
sure.
You know, and maybe these girls sense that, and they're looking for a guy that's going to buy them everything. I'm just not one of those people. So what's your take on it?
How old are you?
I'm in my early 40s.
Okay. Now see, I'm in my early 40s too. I just turned 41. What you have to understand is that
I'm 42.
Okay, all right. So yeah, we're the same age. What we have to understand as men is especially, and listen, I imagine you're probably having trouble with younger girls, and like, how old are these women that you're trying to get dates with?
Yeah, of course. I don't want to really date a girl my age, man. Come on.
There we go. See,
Right.
see, here's the thing.
Yeah.
50, 60 years ago, this would absolutely work, right? And like, younger girls were looking for older men, but here's the thing. because and I don't want to just blame it on feminism, but here's the thing. Women are going to be taken care of in this country no matter what. Like, you hardly ever see a homeless woman on the street. As a matter of fact, the worse decisions a woman makes, the better her life seems to become. If she has one kid, now she's got child support and government benefits. Oh, yep, she fucked another guy at the club. Her life gets even better. She gets more benefits, more SNAP, more food stamps. Now she's eligible for Medicaid, free healthcare, and more child support. So I think what you have to understand is that when you're running game on younger girls, and I was 33, 34. Right in that 35 range when I was down in Vegas. And listen, girls in Vegas, young girls in Vegas, they are not interested in long-term relationships. Dude, no. They're not looking for Mr. Right. They're looking for Mr. Right now. What you have to do is you have to show women that you can be fun, exciting, and unpredictable. I don't want to say take your foot off the gas as far as your money is concerned, because just like you said, if you have fuck you money, they're going to sense that. But that's going to be a good thing for you, not because they're thinking, okay, I can get with this guy for a long-term relationship. No, they think I can have fun with this guy for a little while, and he can take me places. He can. And here's another thing: don't buy them anything. If you're going to do anything for a woman, give her experiences. Don't give them anything tangible. Give them all intangibles. Give them fun. Give them excitement. Run asshole game. Okay? Young hot girls love asshole game. You have to know when to turn it on and off, but you can't approach them like a gentleman, right? That doesn't mean to, be a douchebag, but by the same token, you have to tease young girls. Because if you don't tease young, hot girls, then they're not really going to be excited. If they're not excited, they're not thinking about any kind of relationship, whether it's short-term or long-term.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, listen, if you want to talk further, because again, I'm working with limited detail here. Go to donovansharpe.com/consults. Listen, I'm giving 25% off. And you and I can sit down for an hour. We can go over, your rejections. We can go over specifics. Then I can give you sort of a tailored plan and really get you on track. But I will tell you this, dude, you're 42. You've got fuck you money. There is no reason why you can't be up to your eyeballs in 19, 20, 21-year-old goals. And here's the thing. Here's the thing. I was up to my eyeballs in young hot girls in Vegas, and from until I was 36, 37, I barely had a pot to piss in. I actually got lucky and was able to buy multiple properties. Didn't have fuck you money, but it was close to fuck you money. But even before then, you don't have that fuck you money to fuck young hot girls. You just have to know how to handle them.
Well, I'll definitely will take you up on that offer, and I appreciate that advice, because there's a lot more. I know you got a lot more to say, and we probably need to do it off the air.
Absolutely.
Thanks for taking my call, and I'll tell you, keep doing what you're doing, man, because you guys, I listen to you and the Red Man Group, and man, it's awesome every time you're on there.
Good. Well, I appreciate it, man. Thanks for the call, and I'll be looking for your consultation form, brother. Thanks for calling.
Excellent. Thanks, Donovan.
All right, bud. If you want to chime in on the male end of the bargain, or some of the diabolical ways women lie, call 914-205-5356. If you believe that men don't have to uphold any end of the bargain, you can give me a call too. Listen, I'm not averse to people who disagree with me. I like when people disagree with me. It helps me to maybe add a little bit more to my point of view in the way of dimension, right? I'm not gonna make it easy. I'm open to having my mind changed for sure, but it's not gonna be easy. Trolls, feminists, and black women, you guys can also call in too. Give me a second. I got to turn out this light. There we go. That way I don't look quite so... Okay, I don't look quite so shiny. There we are. Excellent. Follow, add, and like me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Just do a quick search for Donovan Sharpe on all three platforms to get access to all of my content. Pardon me. Go to patreon.com/Donovan Sharpe. There you will find the archive of all episodes of TSR Primetime, both audio and video. So you can listen on the go, or you can watch at your leisure. You'll also get access to the shows I do with some of the most influential red pill guys out there. Rollo Tomasi, Minister Jap, Alpha Male Strategies, Alan Roger Curry, and Illimitable Man have all made regular appearances on my show. Now, you can watch live Monday through Thursday evenings at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. But if you want to be able to rewatch or re-listen, $5 a month is all it takes, and for an additional $3 per month, you can participate in my live pre-show call-in Q&A sessions. You'll also get access to 4 exclusive articles per month. And these are articles you're not going to find on Negro Manosphere or Return to Kings. These are going to be articles I'm writing exclusively for my $8 patrons. And you get a 40% discount on your one-on-one consults as long as you are an $8 patron. So you're getting a shitload of content, gentlemen, for just over a quarter a day. So go to patreon.com/Donovan Sharpe to take advantage of all this good stuff. Yeah, that was bad. Guess I should have wrote that a little bit better. If you want to support the show, but you're a little low on cash, you can still contribute. Just go to donovansharpe.com and shop through my Amazon affiliate link at the top of my homepage. By doing all your Amazon shopping through my link, you'll be supporting the show and it will not cost you a dime. Great way to contribute if you are not a millionaire like Red Jedi. Later on in the show, I'm going to talk about 2 of the most diabolical ways women lie. So you definitely want to stick around for that. If you are watching on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter, and you want to hear about the male end of the bargain and two ways women lie, come on over to donovansharpe.com. If you are listening to the replay on SoundCloud, you can go to either donovansharpe.com or patreon.com/Donovan Sharpe to listen or watch this episode in its entirety. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you guys on the mothership here in just a second. And let me go to the chat, see who is in the see who's in the chat here. All right. Yeah, it's funny. It was area code 754 for a minute. I thought it was Miami J calling to concede his place in fantasy football. I think he took a look at my lineup. He says, I've got no chance against Donovan. I got to call him and let him know I don't want to wear the this is what a feminist looks like t-shirt on the air. You Down with OPP says, with regards to the Red Man Group show last weekend and women with tattoos, which are slut tells, what is your take on young girls with tattoos, 20 to 22, who still live with their parents? Yeah, they're sluts. They're sluts, dude. Listen, I've never, ever